So what we did when we identified the differentiating strengths for high performers was we ran some focus groups, for example, and used some of the language that those high performers used when they described the role.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the first questions was, describe your role for me, and what was the language they used. That language became part of the adverts.
Oh. And did you find, obviously, that there was a commonality in the language across the high performers? Did they?
Yeah. So they saw their role way beyond being a functional role. They saw that they saw the purpose of their role, and they would describe the role in that way. They would talk about what really mattered in the role as they saw it. So things like, the "Are you a listener?" One of the things they described was, the most important thing is getting the customer's life back to the way it was before they had the claim. So I really need to know and understand what this incident has caused, what's the impact of this incident on them, and how can I most quickly get them back to the place that they were. So I've really got to listen to understand what happened, what state they're in, what they most need from me. So they would say something like that. And then you think about what's the level of listening that is needed from somebody who might take 60 calls a day like that, 5 days a week. How do they maintain their energy? How do they maintain listening? And really recognising that if listening wasn't a strength for them, it was a learned behaviour, they could not sustain it for those 300 calls that they would be taking during the working week.